You can study for 6 hours and remember almost nothing few weeks later. That's not an intelligence problem. That's a method problem. Most of us were taught to learn by rereading notes, highlighting the textbooks, and putting in more hours at the desk. None of that is what the research actually recommends. Today, I'm breaking down 4 methods that are backed by cognitive science, not motivation, and showing you exactly where I learned this the hard way. This is the trap everyone falls into. Confusing recognition with learning. You're rereading a page, it looks familiar. The words, the diagrams, the examples, all of it feels known. That feeling is not the same as knowing it. Close the book and try explain the idea out loud. If you can't, your brain recognizes the page, it didn't learn the content. At our school, Live Academy, we didn't get grades. We just get feedback. The first time I got feedback back on a project I nailed, it was clear I could recognize the concepts but couldn't actually explain my own reasoning under the pressure. No grade had ever forced me to notice that gap. The feedback did. That's the whole problem with rereading. It never tests whether you can produce the idea or only whether you can recognize the idea. The fix for me is active recall. Instead of rereading the page, I'm trying to close my notebook and try to force myself to retrieve it. And I ask every time 3 questions. What's the main idea? How would I explain this to someone else? And what are the 3 points which I can't afford to forget? In one well-known study, students who tested themselves on material remembered close to double what students who reread it remember a week later. Classroom study found students who used self-testing scored to a full grade higher. I think that's the gap between the B and A, or passing and failing. So if it feels harder than rereading, that's the signal it's working. Difficulty is the mechanism, not the obstacle. Second method is named after physicist Richard Feynman. Explain the topic like you are teaching it to 12-year-old child. No jargon, no copy definitions. Feynman owned to take on understanding. If you can't explain something simply, you don't understand it yet. The second you get stuck, you found the exact gap in your knowledge. Go back, relearn that one piece, then explain it again. Repeat until the 12-year-old child could follow it without you hiding behind the vocabulary. Pick one concept from this week and try to explain it out loud in one sentence. A child could understand it. If you can't, that's your next study session. Most people forget material for a week, the crap the night before. Your brain but works against you. Research on memory retention going back to 1880s confirmed that repeatedly since shows we forget somewhere between half and 70% of new information within a day if we never revisit it. Within a week, most of it's gone. So spaced repetition breaks that curve. Review a little again tomorrow, again in a few days, again next week. 5 to 10 minutes for session is enough. A large-scale analysis covering hundreds of students found spaced review consistently cramming the same total time into one sitting. So, spacing signals to your brain that the information matters. Cramming never sends that signal. That next trick is going to push you into A+ students. Most students and people use AI to actually answer or finish assignments. And I think that's the wrong use case. The better use is personal tutor. And I know that because I was trying it the same way. It was night before the assignment and I had to make a whole list of some shitty exercise from science. I said to myself that I'm just going to let ChatGPT do the work. But then on another day, it looked exactly as ChatGPT would do it. And I didn't have the knowledge in my head. The better way is to use AI as personal tutor. That means ask it to explain a hard concepts more simply. Ask it to write the quiz questions from what you just studied. Ask it to test you cold, non-answers given up front. Ask it a real-life example that makes an abstract idea concrete. And the goal isn't let AI to think for you. It's making AI force you to think better the same way a good retrieval partner does. For example, I really recommend a Notebook LM app to which you can give all of the resources from which you are actually studying, and you can ask it to question you, and then you can also create their explanatory videos, amazing quizzes, and it's for free. It is powered by Google, but for the studying is the best tool. And the next example is, I think, the most important. Stop measuring the study session by hours spent. Measure it by what you can produce from memory with nothing in front of you. Learning isn't about the time. It's about what's left in your mind when the book is closed. Because people who learn faster aren't the smarter. They've learned how to learn. So, the most important thing now is to actually take all of these things and use them. And just don't scroll to another video about the studying. So next time when you are going to study, don't reread. Close the book, explain the topic out loud, and test yourself cold. Use AI to fill gaps, not think for you. And so my question for you is, which of these are you actually going to try this week? Subscribe if you want more on studying smarter, AI, and getting more of your time. See you next time.